Welcome to the making of a DM. How to change your family's financial tree forever. This show is going to explode your mind. More importantly, share with you the insights of how we can take the people we love and create massive, massive legacy wealth. So with that said, let's get started.
I'm more Kevin's I'm more Kevin's DM. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. It's time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker.
Hey there, it's your boy, Mark Evans, DM. This show's going to be epic. I was sitting out by the pool literally 5 minutes ago, and I'm sitting here in Parkland, Florida. It's beautiful out. Perfect day, low humidity, 78 degrees, a nice breeze, and something came to me. I had to get up, grab my pen and paper, not my phone, my pen and paper, and I started jotting down things that happened over the last couple weeks via social media. See, recently, I've been sharing with you guys about taking care of our kids, changing. I believe 100% I've been put on this earth to change my family. My last name, Evans, and my wife's Long. Her original last name is Long. I believe I've been put on this earth to change our financial family tree forever. See, what's amazing to me is so many people are out there busting their tail, buying the next best cell phone, buying the next best car, buying the next best clothes, and this and that. And yet they forget that the way you change the financial family tree is not by wasting and spending the money on stupid shit, but by teaching and planting seeds for the future. Delayed gratification, one might call it. Depends how you look at it. I look at it and I get very excited. See, you can't plant a seed and go harvest it the next day or 10 days from now even. You got to plant the seed. You got to cultivate the dirt. You got to fertilize it. You got to put water on it. You got to nurture it. And the longer you do this, the more it's going to produce. The harvest will be abundant. The problem is most people are so addicted to instant gratification that they don't take the time to start thinking about this. And more importantly, not doing it. This show today, I guarantee you, if you proceed and listen to this show, not only will your kids and your financial family change drastically if you implement, but you'll also never be able to unhear what I'm about to share with you ever again. You can't blame the government. You can't prepare for retirement. It's their fault because the stock market's plummeting and this and that. I'm going to share real facts with you about my children. See, a lot of people talk like, yeah, man, I'm going to set my kids up for financial future. Cool. They're 12 years old. How much is in their savings? How much is in their checking? How much is in their Coverdell? How much is in their Roth? Where are they at financially? I don't know what you're talking about. So you're lying to yourself and/or you just don't even know it exists. That's why you're here right now. This show will change your life, I guarantee it, and your children's life and beyond. See, the thing is, if you've ever listened to the show on day one, to me, it's the making of a DM, deal maker and dream maker. My kids are out at the pool with my wife, hanging out, jumping up and down, splashing water, screaming, yelling, having fun, eating cheddar cheese goldfish, whatever they're doing, while I'm up here in the office sharing something I know needs to be shared. How do I know? I'm glad you asked. Recently, I did a message asking people, do you have a checking account or savings account for your child or grandchildren? 54% of people said yes. 46% people said no. Interesting. I believe most of them. Do you have a retirement or SESA account for your child? This is when I start getting scared. Only 16% of people have an account set up for their child. Then I said, hey, do you wish your parents taught you more about money and how it works and how to make it, how to preserve it and all that? 88% said yes. 12% said no, which I have no clue why they would say no. But again, these are the facts. This is the stuff I have from social media. See, you're here because you want to be better. I love that about you. This is a journey. And I'm not acting like I have all this shit figured out. Trust me, I don't. But one thing I do know is I've been setting up accounts for my niece. Once I heard what I'm about to share with you, I didn't think about it. I didn't talk to 27 people about it that have no fucking clue what I'm talking about. I went straight to a source and set up accounts immediately for my nieces. I didn't even have kids at this point. I didn't even have, me and Dina weren't even married yet. We weren't even thinking about kids. We knew we'd have kids eventually. I started setting up accounts when I discovered this in 2010. I have 5 nieces, Peyton, Samantha, Rosalind, Kaden, and Kendall. I started setting them up accounts, my parents up accounts, my wife, etc., through self-directed Roth IRAs and Coverdell's /CESA, CESA. And I'm not a financial advisor here. I'm not giving financial advice. I'm just sharing what I've done and what I'm doing as we speak today. And the way you set up these Roths, by the way, you can do traditional or Roth. The difference is traditional, you can pay let's say $5,000. I'm just using it as easy math. It's a little more you can put in, but you put $5,000 in and they don't have to have earned income. You can actually fund it, etc. A Roth, they have to have earned income. They get tax going in, but it becomes tax-free forever. Pretty cool, right? Now, let me ask you a question before you're like, do I do traditional or Roth? First of all, just pick one. Secondly, again, because I'm a nitwit, hillbilly, small town, barely graduated high school, never went to college kid. Snotty-nosed kid. I'm still a kid, right? I'm about to be 43 years old. The question is, do you think you're going to have more money in 30 years from now or less money in a retirement account? I hope the answer is more. And I hope the answer is a whole hell of a lot more, like many millions of dollars more. Picture you put $5,000 in today, and every year you can make contributions, right? And as long as you're parking the money into investments, there's a lot of ways to do that. But park money in investments that's growing and compounding, etc. And when they turn 40, 50, 60 years old, depending what accounts they're in, or 65, 62, and out, whatever the exact rules are, if it's a Roth IRA and you have $50 million sitting in that, you can take distributions tax-free. Please consult your doctor. Please consult your lawyer. Please consult your financial advisor. Please consult whoever you need to consult, your dog, your therapist, whoever, about this. And again, think about this. Or if it's $50 million and you're at a 40% tax bracket, you're going to lose $20 million in taxes because you weren't knowledged up today like you are right now. I only do Roth IRAs. That's it. Pay taxes going in. By the way, I've helped my father-in-law. I've helped my parents. I've helped my nieces, my kids now, my wife, everyone I care about. This is stuff we talk about at dinner, by the way. This is the stuff we're knowledging up. Why? Because ignorance is not an excuse. Ignorance is not an excuse for you to be poor or broke. It's a mindset. I'm dumb, but I'm dumb enough to know I'm dumb. Therefore, I would need a lot of help from a lot of amazing people. Guess what? We live in a world where you can go on Google and type in, What is a CESA? CESA. What you might think or heard of might be like a 529 plan at the bank. But you're only going to make a couple bucks, percentage interest, nothing really spectacular. The beautiful thing about self-directed IRAs and Coverdell's is that I get to direct them into the investments that I know how to make investments in. By the way, we've done real estate. We've done options and, stocks. We've done options on real estate. We've done cryptocurrency. And I'll tell you kind of what we're doing now. We've done notes. My daughter is not even 2 years old yet as I'm recording this. My son is 5.5 years old, and they both have investments in real estate. They're the lender. They've lent money to people to make money. And guess what? They make money by lending their money out at a way higher rate than you'll ever get from the bank, ever. Some of them, some years have been over 100% return on investment. You heard me right. Over 100%. One of Mark's IRA, this is true story. Actually, it's his Coverdell. A guy was selling a property. He was just done. This guy has a lot of money and he's just done. It's a massive distraction. He's like, I paid 17 grand for it. I don't even want to deal with it. And I was like, my son, I'll buy it for $1 and take it off your plate. He's like, done. Again, we all think everything's about the money. See, this guy, he generates millions of dollars a year. He has a lot going on. The last thing, this is his last piece of property he had. My son got it for $1, a $1 bill. So we had to send, actually it cost more money to do the transaction because we had to send the money from the IRA company into this investment. And that costs $50, let's say. So we have $51 in the deal. My son, all we had to do is I talked to the team and we were able to flip the property, sell it on owner financing with $10,000 down and for $48,000 on a $1 investment. Now, listen, let's be honest. This doesn't happen every day like that. I wish it did. That'd be pretty cool. But it doesn't. But it would never happen if, one, I didn't knowledge up of how to do those types of deals, and two, I didn't have my son's account set up to do those types of deals. So he'll turn $1 into $50,000, let's say with some interest and all that within a 3-year time frame, because that's the 3-year contract on that deal. If the guy doesn't perform on what he's supposed to do, which he's done an amazing job up to this date, he'll simply be able to take the property back and repeat process. I don't want to do that. My son doesn't even know how to do that yet. But what are we teaching ourselves? You're here because you want better financial literacy, I hope. You want to make a shit ton of money, I hope. See, the truth is, I don't care about leaving my kids lots of money. I care about teaching them about money, how it works, what a return on investment is, what the eighth wonder of the world is, i.e. compounding interest, how money works, how to protect, how to grow, how to invest, how to get an ROI, how to look at short-term, long-term, medium-term, is this high risk, low risk, medium risk, how to analyze deals, because not all money should be at high risk, typically. The higher the risk typically is the less educated. And I'm not saying anything mean here. It's just a lot of you think everything's high risk because you're non-educated about the piece. Dude, it's too good to be true. If you say that bullshit all the time, that's on you. You get educated, you'll realize how someone could pay you 30, 40, 50% or over 100% a year to use your money. And it's protected in a first position as a lender on your property. These are the kind of things I make it my duty to educate my family, my kids, and my wife what this stuff means. This is a work in progress. keep in mind, my daughter's 22 months old. My son's he'll be 6 in August. But as I'm talking to you, I did a little thing I was sharing with the folks on social. My daughter's 22 months old and has $16,055.85 in her savings account. My son, he's at 5.5. He has $40,254.80. That's what he's accumulated in his short 5.5 years on life. Now, this doesn't take into account what they have on their IRAs, their Roth IRAs, that is, and their Coverdales. See, my children get paid to work. I have them on my brochures. They have their own websites. You can check out Kitty Roth IRA, KIDDIE Roth IRA. We break down some of the deals. It's free. Go over there and learn for free. Kitty Roth IRA. And check it out. You'll see how young Mark is in there. See, what's cool about it is I set my kids up accounts, their checking and savings accounts, within 5 weeks of them being born or way less. Because as soon as they're born, you can't set up an account until you have their Social Security card. Depending when you had your child and where they're located and all this, sometimes that takes up to 2, 3, 4, 6, 10 weeks. Expedite it, go there in person. That's what my wife did. Go there in person to get it quicker. And my son, and I believe my daughter actually, is the youngest SESA account holder ever in the world. Because we went so fast, because it's important. Why? Because we understand, everyone says words, but do they really believe and understand bullshit they're saying? The real truth is compounding interest is the most amazing thing in the world, i.e. the eighth wonder of the world. So if you know that's true, why aren't we trying to put money in today in our children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, anybody we love and want to grow their accounts for better financial futures? Why aren't we doing it today? What's that old Chinese proverb? There's 2 times to plant the tree, 20 years ago and today. Listen, there's nothing we can do about the past, but there's sure in the hell something we can do about now and the future with the information you're gaining today. Like I said, I'm very bullish in a bunch of different things right now. Right now, it's March 2021 as you're listening to this. I'm very ultra bullish on cryptocurrency. Very ultra bullish. I believe, and listen, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I believe my kids, their IRAs and Coverdales could be worth many, 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 many millions of dollars in the next 10 years. Tax-free. How? Simple. I believe cryptocurrency is at a very infinite stage. People are starting to learn more about it and understand the utility of it, how powerful blockchain is. I truly believe in it. I've invested hundreds, if not thousands of hours in just watching YouTube videos for free, just like you can too, about different coins such as ADA, Cardano, however you want to say it. The ticker is ADA, or the coin name is ADA. I've been an investor in that one at 44 cents. And I've been buying it as it goes up. As I'm talking to you, it's $1.14 today. Oh, by the way, that's 46 days. It's almost 3x'd in 46 days. In the last 11 months, it's went up over 2,200%. I'm a late person to the party, clearly. But would you be really mad if you almost 3x'd your money in 46 days? I don't know about you, but I sure in the hell don't know where you could get any type of returns like this anywhere else. Now, listen, my son's deal I told you about where he put $1 in and we'll make around 50 grand. That's awesome. That's not every single day. That's not every single deal out there. That's a unique deal. The goal is, how do we do 1 of those a year, 2 of those a year? That's the ultimate goal. Doesn't take a lot to do this because you might be thinking, Mark, I can only contribute up to $5,500 or $6,000 a year. Yeah. Well, I can't buy a house for that. I understand that, but you can utilize a percentage. Let's say there's $5,000 in there and the house is $50,000. I'm making these numbers up. You come with 45, they come with 5. Figure out the percentages and they're on the mortgage at that number. Maybe it's a 8%, 7%. Maybe he's a 7% owner in the note with only $5,000. You or your spouse or someone else brings the difference. You guys are partners in the deal, if you will. And when the contributions come back, it's parsed off in percentages based off of the mortgage value and how it's built and written. This is how it's done, folks. We live in one of the most amazing times on planet Earth. Don't you want your kids to know what money's about? Folks, I've never, ever understood why people would not have their kids a checking account. You need one, a savings account. You need one. Teach them how to preserve. Teach them how to dream and grow their money so they can accomplish their dreams. Teach them how to invest the money. Savers are losers. Investors are winners. You're going to lose on some of your investments. That's how you learn. That's how you grow. That's how you hire the right people on your team to help you protect the downside. That doesn't mean you won't lose. The goal is that you don't lose as much as you win. Win bigger, lose smaller. Win more, lose less. See, most of you have lost on a deal and you've actually stopped doing deals because I can't do this. This is when you need to do it. You know how to lose. Now go learn how to win. Don't make the same mistakes. I'm very bullish on cryptocurrency. Depending on how much money you have, I believe, for example, ADA, I believe it will go to $3 to $5 in 2021. So in the next 9 months, it could triple or 5x and be way beyond that in 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. See, the beautiful thing is I'm not a day trader. I'm an investor. I know there's going to be ups. I know there's going to be downs, and I know there's going to be flat lines. But I'm not investing for today. I'm investing with the core principles for today, and I'm adjusting as needed, quarterly, maybe sometimes monthly, depending on what the situation is in the world, economy, money, the ADA token, if you will, the one I'm talking about. I'm looking for big pops in the future. And listen, you don't have to take 100% and rip it over there and that's it. Good luck. Let's see what happens. Take a piece of the pie. By the way, this is what I teach my kids and my wife, people I care about. Let's say if you have $100,000 to invest and you're 5 years old, as my son is, 5.5. We're going to look at this and say, okay, we can be a little aggressive here. This is money in his Roth IRA that he can't really access until he's a certain age. You can always access it, by the way, if you're willing to pay all the penalties and all that. And by the way, you also can access your contributions tax-free anytime you want. I don't recommend it because it reduces the opportunity for growth. But hey, all to their own. Maybe Louis Vuitton comes out with a new purse that you just have to have. I'm joking, by the way. Never do that. Ever. But let's say if you have $100,000 in your cryptocurrency and you say, hey, I want to take 10%, 20%. Let's say 30%. I'm going to take $30,000. I'm going to put in Cardano today at 5.5 years old. It's $1.13, $1.14. Let's say $1 for easy math. I'm going to buy 30,000 coins. And my play on the money is 10 plus years, 20 years. Then you have to ask yourself, again, I don't see this as a risky play. Why? Because I'm educated. I've been educating myself on the creator of the coin, Charles. I've been paying attention to what other people are saying that are way smarter than me. And my job as an investor is to take this data and condense it for what matters for me. Again, I'm not giving you advice. I'm just telling you what I do. I get very serious about investing because I know in 10, 20, 30 years, let's just say if this thing goes from $1, he has 30,000 coins. He has $30,000 in this investment. And in 20 years, he'll be 25 years old, and this coin's sitting at $100. $100. 30,000 coins times $100. We would have turned $30,000 into $3 million. Tax free. The truth is, in 20 years, a lot of shit could happen. It could go to zero. That's a real thing. I don't see that happening, but it could. Or it could go into the thousands. See, ETH, Ethereum, I've been investing in that since 2017, me personally. I was buying it in the $200, $300, $400 range. Actually, less than that. Today, as I'm talking to you, it's over $1,600. 10x. 10x. And this is within 3 years. Bitcoin's trading over $50,000 today. 2017, I was investing in that at $3,000 all the way up to $19,000. And I've been buying it up. I've been buying it at $35,000, $45,000, $48,000, up to $54,000 actually. It's called cost averaging, up or down. I'm growing my financial literacy. I'm growing my wealth. I'm parking money in these environments, and I understand my risk tolerance. These are things you have to do if you want to be extremely wealthy and change your financial family tree. I'm not knocking my family. They did what they did. And when I saw the reports, like 88% of people wish their family taught them about money, I didn't know anything about money except this. When you get it, spend it. By the way, I wasn't taught that on paper. I was taught that by watching it happen. Subconsciously, we're learning about money if we like it or not. Every adult has a thought about money. Typically, your thought about money came from when you're a teenager or a young kid or in between there. When's the last time you've been programming your brain to learn about money? How does it really work? Where can I park money and get a better return than a CD at the bank? Certificate of depreciation, by the way, not deposit. The more you learn about money, naturally, the more money you'll typically have at the end of the day. You'll understand the cycles of how money works. For example, this is a little off topic, but it's a prime example of what I teach my kids. Even at 2 and 5 years old, I'm ingraining it in them where they talk. This is their normal cadence, their normal conversations. See, you should be talking about money every day. You are doing it every day. I saw my parents talking about money every day. It was called fighting about which bill to pay. I was talking with my buddy. He's like, dude, my mom was so poor. She used to put her bills all in a big brown bag, bawling her eyes out in the kitchen every month at bill payment day. And the way she paid her bills is she put them in a brown bag, shook them up, and whatever bill she pulled out, that's the one she paid. The other ones just got pushed off until she could pay them and or she got shut off. That's how people pay bills. I hope that's not you. But my whole life, I saw amazing people, my parents, argue about money. I thought my dad was the coolest guy in the world when he'd pull out his wallet and he had a little hidden pocket called Mad Money. He had a big $100 bill in there. I was like, oh my God, he's rich. He has $100 if shit hits the fan. I'm not being silly here. I'm being for real. This is how I grew up. And then as soon as they paid the car off, I got to get a new car. I'm like, and again, I'm young. I'm in my early teens. I'm like, but there's nothing wrong with the car. And then they start making things wrong with the car to justify why they need to go buy a new one. And then they buy a new one and then they're right back to square zero. Every day is a hustle. Every day is a grind. Every day, if I don't go to work, I can't pay my bills. I got to go to work. And then they start bragging about, I don't miss work ever. I haven't taken a vacation in 7 years. I've built up 27 days of vacation time and I'm never taking them. That's not something you should brag about. You should take me time. Get recharged. Learn the shit I'm talking about. Spend 27 days learning this shit I'm talking about. You'll never have to work again if you don't want to. Once you understand how cash flow, growth, ROI, COGS, marketing, etc. work, you'll be better off. The world runs on dollars, money, I should say, because all types of currencies, depending what part of the world you're in. But it runs off of currency and value and supply and demand. If you don't understand these things, you're going to always be living in fear. A big lie you've been lied to about is cash is king. Cash is not king. You know what is? Cash flow. Once you understand this, you can go buy businesses, buy real estate, build businesses, build property, get into cash flow performing assets that produce daily, weekly, hourly, monthly cash flow. Picture your life if you could have $100,000 a month coming in, and if you woke up, was lazy, went on a 10-week vacation, $100,000 a month comes in like clockwork. What would your life be like if that was the case? By the way, this is not that hard to do. I know, depending on where you're at financially, it might seem like it. And I'm not saying it's going to happen in a year, but it's really not hard to do that. It's actually a lot harder working harder at a job trying to figure out how to save up $100,000 than it is to actually learn how to invest to like have the money work for you and earn $100,000 a month. Learn investing. Learn business growth. Understand if you understand marketing, marketing's never an expense. It's always an investment. If I could put $10,000 a month in marketing, I can make $50,000. That's a 4x return on your money. Now, isn't naturally the next question, by the way, it's not natural. You have to create this path in your brain to teach you how to elevate up in your business and in your life. If I can spend 10 to make 5, why the hell am I only spending 10? How do I spend 20? Stair step up to growth. Spend 20 to make 100. Spend 40 to make 200. Because what you're going to see in investing is there are diminishing returns that start happening depending on what you're investing in or how you're investing the money, right? As a real estate investor, for prime example, let's say I'm in Columbus, Ohio, and I'm spending $50,000 a month on direct mail. That's awesome. My average cost per lead might be $1,000, let's say. Cool. But if I go spend $100,000, you think you might double your lead flow. You actually might only grow it by a quarter or a half. Why? Because there's a saturation factor. There's a diminishing return factor. Not to say you shouldn't spend or invest more money. It's just you have to be conscious and learn about this stuff through your P&Ls, through your balance sheets, understanding lead flows, understanding your key performance indicators, or better known as KPIs. See, when you're building businesses, this is what you're doing with your life. You're building your life. It's not by accident I have multiple homes. It's not by accident I have cars that are free and clear. It's not by accident my kids have 17 grand in the bank and 40-something thousand in the bank with big IRAs and big Coverdales. This shit's not by accident. This stuff is 100% on purpose. Delayed gratification. I don't want to sit behind a book and read this shit. I don't want to learn and sit there on the computer, but I have to. Why? Because my dream is bigger than the process. My goal is to change my financial future for myself and my family. It's not just words to me. It's my fucking life. It's real. And that's why I show you the proof. Because everyone else that I see out there, not everyone, but the majority of them are just talking shit. They're just relaying memes that they saw online that makes them feel good. I want to give my kids the best life ever. Cool. They're 16 years old and they don't know dick about a checking account or money or a balance of checkbook or any of this. We're focused on the wrong shit. You want your kid to get the best diploma. You want your kid to be the best athlete. Cool. In that process, teach them how about money today. Teach them if you put $1 in, this is what happens. Teach them when you make $1 million or $100,000 or $10,000, how to chunk this money out and grow your financial future. Live within your means. Actually, live below your means. This gives you confidence. This gives you courage to take bigger steps into your future, into your dreams. The reason most people can't go out and live their dreams, besides them being lazy as hell, is that they're, just like my parents, they were literally, every dollar they get was going out the door faster than it came in because you feel like you need this or that. You're keeping up with the Joneses. You're buying this new car because your car's paid off and you know it's beat up. It's 7 years later and I need a new car on a 12-year note though because my payment would be a little less. You get stuck in that vicious cycle that they want you stuck in because you're a slave. At that point, you're a slave to the economy, to the process. I know it's mean, it's harsh, it's the truth. You know it and I know it. The difference is I address it. More importantly, I fucking do something about it. There's amazing content. There's amazing videos. There's literally anything you need or want to learn about money, self-directed IRAs, making investments in crypto and all that. It's at your fingertips. Instead of spending all your bullshit time following people on Instagram and Facebook and all this stupid shit, get on the mobile university and go to YouTube and type in what you're seeking, where you need help, how to gain financial literacy, how to grow. And don't fucking listen to Dave Ramsey and Susie Orman's bullshit. They don't have anything good to say. Everything they say, do the opposite typically. Keep in mind, they're like, live below your means. They're in a $10 million mansion. It's easy to say that shit. When you're in a $10 million mansion, trust me on this, learn about money. It starts with you, and then you start carrying it over to your children. But don't wait to set up these accounts. Start today. Don't wait to set up a checking account or banking account. Start today. Put $10 in. Just get it started. Because when it's started, now you put it on your board and you start focusing on how to grow it. Instead of grandma and grandpa and aunt, uncles and all this bullshit for birthdays, buying all this shitty, junky toys that you're going to throw away in 2 minutes after they leave. Say, hey, listen, Johnny is a good little boy. He has tons of toys. That's the last thing we need more of. If you really love him, give him a cash. Give him a check. Give him money. That's not being a dick. That's being smart. They're going, what's interesting? They're going to give him money. Goes right into his account or her account. And they're also going to buy him a couple toys here and there. If that's what they want to do, good. I'm not saying you can't buy them toys. I'm just saying, hey, I prefer you not. But if you do, hey, that's you. I'm cool with that too. But I'd much prefer them having more money. I've never met someone in my family that said, man, I wish I had less money. Have you? Have you ever met someone that said, I wish I had less money? Yeah, life's too hard. I have too much money. I wish I had less. We want to set ourselves, the people we care about the most, up for massive financial success. It's not about the money. It's about the knowledge gained in the process of learning about the money. And the more you do it, the more fun it becomes. The more you do it, the bigger it gets. The more you do it, if we're thinking a money tree, the stronger the root system gets ingrained in the ground, the stronger the tree becomes. We must change our financial future, our tree, our family legacy, financial legacy of what we stand for. If you don't do it, look around in your family and ask yourself, well, who the hell's going to tackle this task? I personally don't know anybody that could take on the role I'm taking on to change our financial future and legacy forever. Now, with this said, that doesn't mean everybody in my world that's around my life will be financially free. What that means is they have the opportunity to understand how to build real wealth. Maybe they want to be a teacher. Cool, go do that. But know that there's money sitting there for you to do bigger stuff in life. Know that you can pursue your passions, even though they might not pay big money, but we've been working really hard for 40 years over here, building up your financial future. We're consistent. We're persistent. We're constantly evolving and growing. Our job is to protect and grow. We change our strategies as we get older, wiser, more knowledgeable, more money. There's things that we're going to do different as we evolve, just like you do now. You've evolved consciously or subconsciously, if you know it or not. I always talk about, are you driving the same shitty car you drove when you were 16? The answer is 99.9% no. Well, why not? It still exists. Because you've evolved. You need a better car. You're an older person. You have more money. Therefore, your friends look down on you if you pulled up in the 1986 Chevette, right? The only thing that's changed is you, consciously or unconsciously. How cool is it when you put that car, like your dream car, on the board and you obsess over it? You know, it's funny. I could literally buy any car I want multiple times over. And I really don't care about cars right now because I drive my golf cart pretty much everywhere here in Florida. I have a badass golf cart. But it's not the McLaren. It's not the drop head. It's not the Ferrari. It's not the Lambo. I can have all those. What's different? Me. I can have it all. I just don't really need it or want it right now. I have multiple cars already. I don't even drive them. I drive the golf cart or Uber. It's timing. It's an evolution process. I can't wait until Mark and Drea are old enough, 8, 9, 10, 12 years old, to sit down. Like if you guys follow me on social media, you saw Drea buy her first stocks. You saw Mark buy his first set of options on a stock that made 27% in 2 days. You saw Drea buy some shares, I think 5,000 shares of something, and she made like 18% in like 24 hours or less. That's not always the case, but these are things, they don't even know what they're doing. I'm just teaching them the habits, the rituals of you have to open this up. Here's what it looks like inside of a stock trading account. Here's what cryptocurrency actually is. Here's how investors think. Here's what we're thinking and talking about. I take great pride in knowing that I can teach my kids because I'm willing to get uncomfortable to learn it myself first and then carry the conversation over to them. It's very important to me, if you can't tell. I want to equip them to be amazing human beings. By the way, them learning about money today will never not benefit them. You know what I mean? It will never not benefit them. Maybe they want to run charities. And if they know about marketing and money and how to manage and grow, they could help so many charities out. They might not even ever have to work if they don't want to, as a job, if you will. But they'll be able to be a part of charities and really have knowledge that most people don't have. Not because it's not available. It's just they have never asked and or learned. My kids are learning in the trenches because I'm teaching them. They don't hear me and my wife fighting about money. They hear us fighting about other stuff, but not money. I want to teach them how to control it. By the way, I control money. Money doesn't control me, right? I know a lot of you guys out there say, dude, money doesn't control me either. Then stop being a money whore. You're selling anything and everything. Anything that could make you money, you sell. Pick something and believe in it and just stick with it. Make you a lot more money. It's a lot more fun, a lot more enjoyable. What's interesting about me, if you know this or not, I really don't care about money like that. Money is simply just an idea. Some have a lot, some have a little. Some have big ideas, some have little ideas. I'm not here to judge that. My goal is to make a lot of money by serving a lot of great people, changing a lot of people's lives on the journey of life. and waking up with a lot more every day. But I'm not like, oh my God, I got to work 24/7. I got to grind harder. Money is fun to have. It's amazing when you meet someone and you can change their life with a good investment like we did recently. Frank McKinney, the Caring House Project Foundation, we donated almost $300,000. I donated almost $300,000 to build an entire facility to feed and house 400 people, self-sustained community in Haiti. I'll probably never meet any of these individuals, but we changed a life through my knowledge and learning how to earn money and grow money to be able to give at a higher level. I'm proud of that. I want my kids to know how that happened. We have to teach the kids how to do this. This is not something that you should just have happen and have your teachers at your school that know dick about money teaching your kids. They don't even teach them how to deal with money. You know that, right? That's by design. Teach them about money. Teach them what money really is. It's not evil. Evil people have money and do evil things with it, but also great people have a lot of money and do a lot of great shit with that too. Don't let your old stinking thinking hold you back from accomplishing massive wealth. You can be an amazing human being with a lot of money. You don't have to rip people off. You don't have to be a shyster. The truth is, I believe there will be more crypto millionaires and billionaires created in the next 10 years or less than there's ever been without ever working. They just were in the right place at the right time, but wait for it. And they took massive fucking action. I'm very bullish on it. We're in a bull run right now until the end of the year, and then it usually goes down for a couple of years, and then we'll pop back up. A decision I could make if I start seeing the chart flipping over, I could always sell our positions, go to cash, let the thing do what it does, and then re-enter later. And or if I see it and say, set it and forget it. Come back in 10 years. Take a little bit of stress off of you. And again, everyone has different investing strategies. I like to buy all the time, right? It's up, buy. It's down, buy more. Just trying to figure out how to get my cost average lower, right? Stock's at $1.14. The crypto's at $1.14. My all-in, I'm at 62 cents. Cool. Because I bought it at $1.14. I bought it at $1.22. I bought it at 44 cents. Bought it at 68 cents. Bought it at 93 cents. Bought it at 99 cents, etc. But I have a lot of coins now. And I'm up. See, a lot of you want to be millionaires and billionaires. But the problem is most of the people you're probably following are 100-aires, if that. Or we'll even give them the benefit of the doubt and call them 1,000-aires. I want real life shit. I want to teach you real stuff that will help you get ahead of the game. But you got to be willing to suit up. You got to be willing to get punched in the face. You got to be willing to put your money where your mouth is. First of all, I don't tell anybody anything until I've actually done it. Most of these people I hear the opposite. They talk about it. They get your money and then they take your money that you gave them talking about something they don't even know what the hell they're talking about. And then they get in the game and then shit hits the fan and they're like, oh, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. But by that time, they're not reporting anything except they're out. They're on to the next thing. This is shit I do. This is why I own social. If you do not follow me, you should at Mark Evans DM across Facebook, Instagram. I'm showing real life statements. I'm showing real life investments that I'm making in myself and with others. I'm showing you why we're buying companies in certain niches, such as solar. You'll see why I'm investing in that space. You'll see why I'm investing heavy in crypto. Not just me, people that I know, and we're all growing together. Why I'm investing in different products, businesses, systems, data, etc. There's a reason. But again, unfortunately, most people are too busy making money today. They forget how to go out and make wealth for the future, to create wealth. You're too busy. Busy being busy. Oh, I'm a hustler. I'm a grinder. Dude, I get up early and I go to bed late. That doesn't mean shit unless you're being productive and getting closer to your goal. I admire the hustle. I admire the grind. But listen, there's people out there outworking you every day, like for real working, i.e. coal miners. Go to a construction site and watch these guys on the roofs tossing up houses. That's real fucking work. Problem is, you can only make so much doing that. See, if you can implant in your brain how to learn, how to grow. By the way, if you're a contractor, that's what I used to do. Take your time and learn during your lunch break when everyone else is talking about, whatever they're trying to do Friday night. You go sit in your car, get on your mobile university on your cell phone and type in cryptocurrency, Cardano. Hey, Charles, the guy that created Cardano, what's he up to? What's going on? Like, learn. I did that for years with tape decks and CDs. Years. And I still do it. I had 4 books come in today. I brought 2 books on audio today. I don't have time to read all this shit and listen to all this shit today, but I got them. I'm ready. And when I'm ready, they're ready. Invest in yourself. It's your time. You can never unhear what I shared with you here today. It's up to you to make the changes. It's up to you to set up these accounts. And by the way, I recommend a company. There's a bunch of companies out there that do self-directed IRAs. I have buddies that in many different of those companies, but a very simple one. There's 2 big ones. Equity Trust. Type in Equity Trust if you want. And one I have my kids with and a bunch of people I know with Specialized IRA Services. Keith and Edwin. Amazing people doing a lot of great work. They're a little bit more boutique-ish. Equity Trust, they're the big king guys and gals in the group. That's like the big company in the game. So there are certain sacrifices you got to take. You have a different person you talk to every day. Like, it's just different. I like more boutique-ish. I like to feel heard. I don't want to be a number. I want to be a person. Everyone has their own thing. If you do hit them up, let them know I referred you. I don't make any money, by the way, doing that. But I do want to plant seeds with them as a company to let them know, hey, I acknowledge you. And I shared powerful shit that you're helping me change my kids' life with, and my life with, and my family's life with specialized knowledge. I think Specialized IRA Services could benefit you greatly. They're very knowledgeable. They have different plans. The key is just get started. If you haven't even set up a bank account, go set up bank accounts. Get to the local bank, whatever bank you bank with, set up a custodian account for your child or grandkid or nieces or nephews or people you care about, and start putting money in there every week, every month, every day, whatever. Just start building it. Knowledge, implementation. Knowledge, implementation. It will never stop if you actually want to grow, ever. And it gets fun. And more importantly, I hope you guys become crazy, filthy, wealthy by taking this information and implementing it and deploying it. I'd love some feedback on this show. Go over to Instagram @MarkEvansDM and give me a shout out. Let me know you love the show. Hit me up, private message, and give me thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. But I want to help you grow. And I'm for real, not just talking about it, but showing you for real inside, behind the curtains, if you will, how to make this a reality for yourself and your family and your loved ones. I hope you have an amazing day. I got to get back to the pool. This has gone a little longer than I thought. I appreciate you being here. If this show's been big, get over to iTunes, leave me a 5-star review, tell your friends, tell your family, whoever. This is a very mild show compared to me, what I usually do with a little bit of less cursing. I'm trying to get more conscious of that, by the way. But I want you to know I'm here for you. I care about you. Don't let anybody tell you what you can't do. You can do anything you want to do. It's up to you. Are you willing to do it? That's the question. Appreciate you being here. Have an amazing day. So with that said,
I'm Mark Evans DM. I'm here to help and teach them what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. It's time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. From a small town in Ohio, so I know how it is. Did not come from a lot of money. I remember as a kid, wanted to make 100 racks. Didn't see no one making more than that. Graduated high school with a 1.8. They should've held me back. I hope my principals and teachers are alive just to witness this. I'm my own boss. I'm out here running 2-8-figure business. I can walk away from it all, and I'll be good, but I've been called to help people just like y'all learn the game. It's time to ball. Everybody chasing the money, but I'm not chasing the money. I'm out here chasing the purpose, yo, I've been working my whole life. What got us where we at isn't gonna get us where we wanna go. So it's time to push, time to learn, time to grow. I'm more Kevin's DM. I'm here to help and teach them what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. It's time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. I'm more Kevin's DM. Deal maker. Deal maker. Deal maker. Deal maker. Deal maker. Deal maker. DM project.
This is the podcastfactory.com.